In October of 2019, Northview embarked on a journey of bold, faith-stretching generosity motivated by faithfulness to Christ's call. As a leadership, we themed this 2-year journey, Open the Door. This theme was based on Colossians chapter 4, verses 2 through 5. In these verses, Paul speaks to the urgency that the church must have and the opportunities that it must seize in doing everything in its power to share Christ with as many people as possible. He writes in these verses, devote yourselves to prayer, being watchful and thankful. And pray for us too, that God would open a door for our message so that we may proclaim the mystery of Christ for which I am in chains. Pray that I may proclaim it clearly as I should. Be wise in the way you act towards outsiders. Make the most of every opportunity. For 5 weeks last fall, we gathered on the weekends. We met in small groups and we prayed and we asked God to open the door of our hearts and to take us to new levels of faith, not just for our sake, but for the sake of others. We asked Him to give us the courage to make the most of every evangelistic opportunity we had, especially with those in our community. And the result of this was an incredible, God-honoring moment for us as a church. We witnessed people taking huge steps of faith as they trusted God in deeper ways. By December of 2019, we had committed over $4 million, more than double what we would have expected to see come in through a 2-year period of normal offerings. That outpouring of generosity and commitment to trust God has allowed for our vision of transforming our building into a vibrant community center, open 7 days a week, to start to become a reality. We wanted to create a special place for people to gather for sports and arts, kids play, coffee. And because of your generosity, that vision has been set in motion. We've just completed our auditorium renovation, and groundbreaking on the center is set for spring of 2021. Since that defining moment last fall, this past year has been crazy. The coronavirus was a curve that nobody saw coming, that is, except God. And He's sustained us in incredible ways and kept us not just on track, but a little above track through this whole time. Now, as we approach the midpoint of the Open the Door journey, I believe that God has only begun to show us what He has in store for us. So we don't want to become complacent about our progress. We don't want to stop listening to Him. We want to see what He has for us in this coming year. We know that He didn't bring us this far to leave us hanging. He didn't bless us so we could stay still. So we won't stop asking God what He has next for us. Remember how Paul in Colossians 4 said, we must make the most of every opportunity? Well, over the next 4 weeks, we're going to do just that. We're going to look at some significant opportunities that presented themselves to the first believers in the book of Acts. Opportunities for faith-stretching growth that impacted eternity. Through their stories, we'll see in our stories opportunities to engage with the mission of God. Opportunities for community with one another. Opportunities for bold faith, and opportunities for total surrender to Christ. We are praying that through the Every Opportunity series, that God will speak to us in one of 3 ways. There's some of us who are pretty new to Northview and have no idea what Open the Door is. Maybe you got connected with us just this year, maybe even just online once the pandemic hit. And maybe you're wondering, what is this Open the Door initiative and how do I become a part of it? Well, we believe that Open the Door is for everyone, and we'd love for you to jump in with us and make a 12-month commitment to open the door so you too can experience the growth that comes from trusting God fully in everything. There are others of you who stretched out big time, and you made a bold commitment, and since then you've fallen on hard times. Maybe you've stayed strong, maybe you've persevered, but it has not been easy. Things came up that you were not expecting. Job change, job loss, medical expenses, childcare costs, a global pandemic. You didn't know what it would be like when you made your commitment. To you, I want to say, take courage and be encouraged. God's got you. During these next 4 weeks, reach out to the God who wants to uphold you and strengthen you as you honor the commitment that you made. For you, this Open the Door journey is about finishing strong and having the same faith now that you did when you made the commitment. There are others of us who maybe have had an increase in faith or in finances this past year. And not that your Open the Door commitment was easy or didn't require a lot of sacrifice, but you are sensing that God is maybe challenging you even more and calling you to stretch out even further. I want to encourage you to do so if that's what you feel like God is calling you to do. These last 12 months have not been easy. Taking some of the largest steps in generosity most of us have ever made in the midst of a global pandemic. But we know that someday, hopefully very soon, we'll be on the other side of this health crisis, and life as a gathered people will be happening more freely again. When that day comes, we want to be ready to open our doors to the community and welcome them into the fullness of a relationship with Jesus. Remember, Colossians 4 says, make the most of every opportunity. I'm praying for you that in this moment, you'll see that this opportunity, despite its challenges, is one that God has prepared you for and will carry you through, not just for your sake, but for the sake of others, for the sake of one more.